do something epic together today. Let me welcome one more time our chairman of the board.
How do you feel? I don't hear it. Are you excited?
On an annual basis, we had over 1 trillion euros in trade.
Our Lydian world, ladies and gentlemen. With you, with us is our world.
Thank you, Mr. Mahdi.
Welcome to the Lydian world, the blockchain game where you can earn, learn, and have fun. 2022, the world has changed, the internet changed, and the rise of the blockchain changed the entire industry and forced us to rethink. Blockchain gaming became the day-to-day opportunity to generate income. Some chase the mining, while others are doing the trading. The pursuit of our unlimited incoming resources has begun. Whatever it takes, leaving behind the unknown and embracing the new technology, the new era, the Lydian world. Here, the unlimited income resources are waiting to be claimed, but not without our engagement. We are the driving force of the Lydian world. We are the Lydians. The strategy is entirely in our hands, and we can choose which citizenship to get in order to build a future for our beloved ones. About mining or in need of a crypto-friendly credit card, a highly active trader who needs extra guidance, a developer who wants to promote his project, or a society-educated gamer who aims to make profits out of his own NFT shop and enjoys the time gaps with the Telegram trivia. You are connecting to the Lydian world incoming resources. Every single action of more than already 350,000 citizens is distributing rewards into Lydian world. Every time a card is swiped, every time an NFT transfer is completed, while you play, even while you sleep, Lydian world rewards you. It continues with a new vision, but do you know what marks the success? Perseverance, imagining the unimagined, and above all, possessing your own piece of virtual land to transform a grand idea into a grand reality. Pick a land. Press a button. Up you go. Behold your decentralized property, built to stand the test of time. Open your own business and share it with the others. From outwards to the city center area, until zone by zone, the city is taken over by its citizens. Multiple digital businesses rise alongside. A new era of luxury, shopping arcades, medical offices. Throw open their doors to an unlimited era, the blockchain. But something is missing. The design of your building is a way to define your own business, where you can approach your own digital architect. It won't be easy, but it will be worth it. After all, with the power to create and trade, whoever holds the land NFT shapes the city forever. So, what is your vision?
Hey, good morning. Good morning. How's everyone doing? Glad that you can make it to this brand new Crypto Mornings. I'm your host, Mahdi, the CEO of New Millennium Bankers. And the information that we want to bring to you today, we always talk about news and big topics going on in the crypto market. And there's not a bigger topic than the FTX fallout or collapse or whatever you want to call it, debacle or whatever. Now, to understand what's going on, we got to do a lot of more research. But I did find this article by Mark Cuban, the owner of the Dallas Mavericks, billionaire Mark Cuban, Jew Mark Cuban, right? We'll make sure you understand who this is, all right? But I did find this this article interesting about what he said about this whole FTX fallout and how he's saying it ain't got nothing to do with crypto. But we're going to get into that in just a moment. But before we get into that, let's just look at the cryptocurrency market. The cryptocurrency market increased by 1.65%. So the market is trading, or the market cap is $848,534,407,000. All right. Now, so if the increase, that means some money came into it. Bitcoin still trading below 17,000. Ethereum still below 1,300. All right. Now let's go and take a look at Gold Standard Banks coin, which is the G999 coin. And we also have the Lydian Stater, and we also have a stable coin as well. But we're just going to look at the G99. And the reason we're looking at the G999 coin is because it is the utility coin to our ecosystem. All right. Now, it's one thing to talk about coins and to see. Now, in Gold Standard Bank, we don't hold coins and just wait on them to go up. So the price of these coins is really irrelevant to me. But we're just trying to help educate people and show people how to use it. A lot of people don't understand that cryptocurrency has been here since 2008. All right. When Bitcoin first hit the scene, hit the market. And from that time period, Bitcoin was trading at 1/10 of a penny. 3/10 of a penny. That's a third of 1 cent. That's what Bitcoin was trading at, but look what Bitcoin is doing about 14, 15 years later. Now, why am I saying that is because the first wave of crypto coming on the market, it was a get a coin early, hold it, and eventually you will get a lot of interest on it if you move the money in it. Now, where we're at right now, that's kind of like over. And the FTX debacle is not the last. We're going to see more of these crypto projects fall or collapse under their own weight because a lot of them don't have utility. Now, I'm pro crypto, but I'm not a person that's telling anybody to get any coin and just hold and wait on the market to go up. So I don't do that. My G999 coins bring me more cash flow, passive income by holding them, because I know where to place them to generate this. This is a proof of stake coin. So I can stake these coins. I can have master nodes. We have a metaverse. There's a whole lot of stuff that we got, right? We got all type of nodes and we're getting paid. So I don't care about the price. You feel me? because I'm getting paid regardless if the price is up, down, sideways, anything. Now we bring you and talk to you about Bitcoin and Ethereum only because we have the only way for you to get paid instantly in Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now, the reason that I would rather get paid in Bitcoin than cash is because at least Bitcoin has the opportunity to gain interest. The dollar doesn't. All right. So you can hold cash. You'll never get $100 will always be $100. All right. $1 will always be $1 until you put another dollar with it. It ain't going to go up in value. It ain't going to go up in spending power. It's going to go down in value. It's going to go down in spending power. All right. So if you don't believe me, let's just take a quick detour and we're going to show, because it's just a lot of stuff be going on, but nobody really is sitting around. We should be sitting around talking about this more than we talking about anything. We should be sitting around talking about the United States debt and what's going to happen to the dollar soon. That's what we should be talking about. So if you don't have a clear avenue for people to safeguard their money, safeguard their earnings, or survive, what way do you have for people to survive this? If you're not talking about this, then you literally just blowing smoke. You really don't understand. So this is what we do in Far Money Network. Talking about this debt, what even got us started. That's how we created Far Money Network. That's how we created New Millennium Bankers. Because we was able to understand this right here. Right? This is the United States debt clock. See, they don't even hide this information from you and me. But they just know we'll go here and look and can't figure out, what am I looking at? Right? What am I looking at? See, we think that because we have people say silly stuff. I don't deal with digital currencies. But the person has a credit card and a debit card. You're a liar. Or you just don't understand. All right? You just don't understand. Because everything on your debit card and credit card, that dollar, that cash on them, it is not physical. It is digits in a database. See, look at these digits. See, if the United States debt is 31.2 trillion with a T, how much of that is actual cash floating around, circulating throughout the world? These are just things we just think about. It's not $30 trillion physical cash floating around in the world. It's not that. This is digits. All right? Because when you put cash in the bank, they create more digits without having to create more cash. If you understand. That's called fractional reserve lending. This is what the Federal Reserve practice. This is their system, because the Zionist Jews set up this system here to put the country in a perpetual debt. And they don't care about the principle of the debt. They only want the interest. If I loan you $100 and I got the only $100 bill on the planet, I am the person that I'm the bank. So for you to get another $100, you got to get it from me. So if I loan you $100 with interest and you got to pay me back, how are you going to pay me back that $100 if it's the only $100 bill on the planet? So how you going to give me my 100 back plus interest? Well, that means you got to borrow more. So this system is set up and upheld by credit and debt. There's no debt without credit, and there's no credit without debt. They got to work hand in hand. You can't have one without the other. All right. So some of what happened with FTX, it was because they had a lending program going on. So he trying to use old traditional centralized practices with the new way that we are banking over the blockchain, and it don't work. You can't mix the two. You feel me? Crypto was created to circumvent that, to stop that. That's why crypto was even created. That's why it's here. All right. So if you ain't sitting around talking about this and breaking this down and understand this, anything you say about money for the most part, anything you say about investing, what crypto, gold, whatever it is, making money, it's kind of irrelevant. You kind of negate what you say if you don't have your eyes on this. Because this is a great, great, great bubble. And when it collapses, it's going to collapse everything attached to it. Stocks, bonds, ETFs, derivatives, all of that, because all that's paper. Well, what about crypto? Ain't crypto paper? No. Crypto is technology. The technology is not attached to paper. The way crypto is broke down into fractions is nothing for us to be able to use crypto as a medium of exchange. That's nothing. Why? Because if you look at Bitcoin just specifically, it will only be 21 million Bitcoins on the planet. Well, that ain't enough to go around. Well, it is, because Bitcoin is broke down into 100 million fractions, are what we call sats or satoshis. So in one Bitcoin, it has 100 million parts to it. So you can have one satoshi. This person can have 3. This person can have 4. This person can have 1 million. This person can have 10 million satoshis. Until you have one whole satoshi. That's when you have one whole Bitcoin. But we have fractions of them. And the only thing that will change is when the dollar falls, now we got to use something else, probably gold, to price things at. Because everything now is priced to dollars, euro, and the English pound. Because this is the Western world economy. They have set this up. So everything is priced to their currency and their form of money that they have complete control over. These are just some signs that we need to be thinking about. All right. So is crypto going to be the new medium of exchange? I don't know. It might be for a minute. It might not be the complete new medium of exchange, but it might be a way that we do exchanges when this happens, because we're already doing it now. It has never been, since the creation of the Federal Reserve in 1913, another form of currency that run this long. Never been. All right. So do you think the same people that created the dollar and the Federal Reserve System, are they the same ones who created crypto? I would say no. I would say absolutely not. Why? Because when you compare the two, you understand. If one goes up in value, the dollar goes down in spending power. But one goes up in purchasing power because it has like an asset type of dynamic to it. All right? Because there's only so many. If the dollar is unlimited and crypto is limited, all right? If the blockchain is transparent and the central banking books is not transparent, you can't see their books. You can't see their transactions. I don't care who you are. You can't, bank presidents probably don't see all of the transactions that's did behind and under them. But however, majority of the bank presidents used to be Zionists. We got a book that give you the bank presidents right here. We got a book that'll give you that. So it used to be that, family. You feel me? So these are the things that we have to take a look at when we are considering how can we move forward and why we're not having more conversations about money. But not just having the conversation, what are we going to do when something's presented to us that we could gain something from now? See, I don't have to think 5 years down the line where this going to be here. I don't know. right? From what it's doing and what the infrastructure put in, I would say, yeah, the blockchain gonna be here. Will all the cryptocurrencies be here? It depends on what they're doing. Why would I need to use this particular currency in the future? What utility would it have attached to it? See, all we have to do is study the dollar. Why is the dollar? How did the dollar become the #1 world currency? Well, they lied and said that the dollar was backed by gold. But from 1933, they was taking away the backness of the dollar by gold. They was taking it away. They was repealing it. And then in 1944, they tricked all the G20 countries to come to New Hampshire, Bretton Woods, and agree to accept the dollar as the #1 reserve currency and to buy, trade, and export and import on oil, i.e. the creation of the petrodollar. But something happened in 2018 that has the petrodollar in immediate collapse. Our immediate challenge to the petrodollar was the petro yuan created by China. Now, nobody saw the need of the petro yuan, and a lot of us overlooked that straight power move, that chess move by China, because nothing really was happening yet. But COVID hit 2 years later. More exposure, more pins poked into the bubble of this here. And then come 2021, 2021, Russia invades Ukraine. Now that's their business, but the United States is all in the mix because they really are the ones who instigated the whole conflict. But this is what your government won't tell you this, all right? But they really instigated, America and NATO really instigated that conflict. But check it. Europe and America, the West, cut Russia out of the SWIFT payment system. So Russia could no longer do transactions. So they showed that they wasn't financially independent. They was financially dependent on the West. However, their ally, their buddy, China said, don't worry. We will accept your currency for the petro yuan. And the Russian government said, okay, too, we can use cryptocurrencies. See that? The chess move is going on. Now they're talking about adding Saudi Arabia to the BRICS nation. That's a mutual bank that want to circumvent the dollar, and Russia is pushing that cause. So what is this going to end up in? It's going to end up in America and Russia going to war. That's what it's going to end up in. It has everything to do with power. It has everything to do with money and power. All right? So, where we at? Where do we stand? Because we're in America, right? We ain't getting no justice from the government, so I can't go and fight for America, right? Russia's government ain't did nothing to me. I'm not a Russian. So whatever going on over there, I don't know. I'm over here in the United States, right? Trying to seek freedom, justice, and equality that we don't get from the government or their banks. So where that put us at? What kind of box that put us in? So we stuck between a rock and a hard place, as the cliche slang goes, right? That's where we at. So what are we gonna do? And this is not I'm not just talking straight to black people. This is to everybody in America. The working class, the taxpayers. What are we gonna do? All right? Because the government, due to the Federal Reserve even being set up, they don't care about anybody. Anybody. Let me just say it like that. Let me say it right. They don't care about anybody, regardless of your color. Not with the banking practice. Yeah, you might have this white family get a loan before this black family. Yeah, that happens. All right. But at the root of it, at the root of this system here, it was to enslave the working class American and enslave the government so they can have complete control over this government and over the land. And they did that. And they have that, regardless of what your color is. It don't matter. The bank's still not giving you any interest on your money. But look at the interest that they are pulling in. Look at all this debt. Everything in red is debt. Listen, I'm going to say that one more time. Everything in red is debt. $31,281,billion national debt. They say the debt per citizen is $93,824. Now, I want y'all to understand that it say debt per citizen. There's not an age bracket here. If you in the United States and you have a Social Security number, this is what you owe. If you're a taxpayer and you have a Social Security number, you owe even more. You owe $247,000, and they're gonna get it out of you one way or another. Right? Then look at the United States federal spending. Almost $6 trillion. Look at the federal budget deficit, over $1 trillion. But then down here it's kind of blurred out, but it has actual spending. So the actual spending is 6.1 trillion, and the actual deficit is 1.1 trillion, almost 1.2 trillion. Then we can go from 1950 to now and see what the United States debt to GDP ratio is. In 60, it was 52.21%, red, negative. 1980, they gained a little ground. It was 34.70%. 2000, it dropped by almost over 21%, 55,000. But look from 2000 to now. So we have more debt in America perpetrated by the Federal Reserve and their practices. And now the debt is over 121%. And this is the debt to GDP. So that meaning more is going out than coming in. Because if you took the gross domestic product, which it says in green, 25.7 trillion, well, if you added that to the national debt, America would still be $6 trillion in debt. That's a negative. That means they bankrupt. Do you know what it means when somebody bankrupt? They mean they books don't balance. They got more going out than that's coming in. So they have to borrow. In their final wars with Russia, they're going to have to borrow more money to fight that, because the Federal Reserve is a independent central bank, a privately owned central bank. No politician in the United States at the White House can direct the policies of the Federal Reserve. They can't control them. They can't force them to do anything. These some hard truths, but it's true. All right. So look here. Total interest paid, 3.4 trillion. Total interest paid. But you don't want no interest on your money. Interest per dope, 13.4 thousand. Total debt. The total debt of America is $93.1 trillion. Bank interest received. The bank's clocking in. Right? Banks clocking in. They clocked in 528.4 billion. All right? bank interest paid. Now listen at this now. We have never went this far into this, but let us explain this to you. It's just how basic comprehension. It's basic. It ain't even rocket science if you understand how this work and understand interest. So bank interest received is $528 billion. All right. Total interest paid is $3.4 trillion. Paying the banks, because remember, America is in debt. They're not solvent, they're in debt. Bank interest received, so this is what came to the bank, $528.4 billion. Bank interest paid, $28.1 billion. So that means the banks, by interest, is in the black, $500 billion. Woo-woo. Total personal debt, $24 trillion. $24 trillion. Personal debt per citizen, 72,000. Student loan debt, almost 1.8 trillion. Debt per student, 40.3 thousand. Credit card debt, 1.1, nearly $1.2 trillion. Look at this. Bank of England, first privately owned fractional reserve central bank. Bank of England. All right. Loan money created from nothing at interest. Y'all see this? See, this is they don't even hide this stuff. This is 1664. 1100. Tallest stick money. Wealth-based money thrived from 1100 to 1862. System allowed for a counterfeit-free, interest-free medium of exchange. 1694, Bank of England, first privately owned fractional reserve central bank. Loan money created from nothing at interest. William Patterson, founder of the Bank of England, 1694, my bad, 1694 to 1695. The bank has benefit of interest on all monies which it creates out of nothing. This is what he said. And it goes even deeper. The Currency Act. England outlawed all forms of paper money issued by the colonists. This is 1764. Bank of North America, 1781. Y'all know we were slaves in this time, right? Y'all do know we was on the plantation, right? In physical charter slavery, right? 1781, Bank of North America, first United States privately owned fractional reserve bank. First, Bank of North America, from 1781 to 1785. Collapsed in 1786 due to massive British counterfeiting and a 41x increase in the money supply. 1787, James Madison, President of the United States, from 1809 to 1817. History records that the money changers have used every form of abuse, intrigue, deceit, and violent means possible to maintain their control over governments by controlling money and its insurance. Let me read that again. Are y'all all right? Let me read this again now. Let's just go through some history here now. We in class. We in class. Crypto mornings, right? 1787, James Madison, President of the United States, 1809, 1817. Listen to what he said. History records that the money changers have used every form of abuse, intrigue, deceit, and violent means possible to maintain their control over governments by controlling money and its insurance. Mayer Rothschild, founding father of international finance, 1790. Now they say Mayer Rothschild, before he died, had all of the known, half of the known wealth on the planet. Check this out. Let me issue and control a nation's money, and I care not who makes its laws. Why? Because I'm going to control them. I got the money. Let me issue and control a nation's money, and I care not who makes its laws. That's Father Rothschild. 1791. First Bank of the United States. 20-year charter. 80% privately owned central bank, debt-based money system, killed by Congress in 1811, 20 years later. Benjamin Franklin, United States statement, political theorist and inventor. The colonists would gladly have borne the little tax on tea and other matters had it not been that England took away from the colonists their money, which created unemployment and dissatisfaction. The inability of the colonists to get power to issue their own money permanently out of the hands of George III and international bankers was the prime reason for the Revolutionary War. That's Benjamin Franklin. Ain't he on the $100 bills? Don't you want them Franklins? Ain't he on the $100 bills? Governor Morris, 1802, statesman, United States Senator from 1800 to 1803. Listen what he say. The rich will strive to establish their domination and enslave the rest. They always did. They always will. They will have the same effect here as elsewhere. If we do not, by the power of government, keep them in their proper spheres. Thomas Jefferson, President of the United States from 1803 to 1811. I believe that banking institutions are more dangerous to our liberties than standing armies. Already they have raised up a money crazy that has set the government at defiance. The issuing power of money should be taken away from the banks and restored to the people to whom it properly belongs. See, this is when you get into decentralized banking and cryptocurrency. Now, we got a little more sections to go to get to 1999, right? So what we're going to do, we're going to continue this portion tonight at Business is Warfare, because this is a Business is Warfare topic. So we're going to talk about this tonight at 10 o'clock. So you make sure you're present. We're going to go deep into this, and we're going to read what everybody say. But I want y'all to remember what was said so far, and I want y'all to hear what Mark Cuban, multi-billionaire, who is a Zionist Jew. Now, they let him say this because they know y'all ain't listening. So there ain't nobody going to say nothing to him. Right? But what he said should border so-called anti-Semitic comments from people like Ye and other people that the Jews like to put that false claim on. But I want y'all to hear what he said. Billionaire Mark Cuban says FTX Blowup has little to do with crypto. Here's what he means. All right, here's what he means. Billionaire entrepreneur Mark Cuban says the recent crypto market callous triggered by the collapse of FTX has more to do with banking failures than crypto itself. Now, this is Mark Cuban. They might have hit him in the inbox and say, hey, man, Mark, what the hell are you doing? What the hell are you talking about? You don't shut up. But they ain't going to say that publicly. because it'll put too much attention on what he's saying. And this coming from the daily hodl. That's a crypto term. Okay. Now I'm going to read that again, like what Mark Cuban said. Now you just heard what I just read, right? You just heard what I just read. Now listen to what Mark Cuban said. Did he agree with what we just read from the bankers and the government officials? Mark Cuban says the recent crypto market catalyst triggered by the collapse of FTX has more to do with banking failures than crypto itself. This is what we've been trying to tell people. It's amazing that what I've been trying to tell you, a billionaire say the same thing. I just read this article today. Somebody out of Team Freedom put this article in the chat group today. And I just happened to go read it. And I said, oh, well, this is the crypto morning topic that we need to talk about. The Shark Tank investor tells his 8.8 million Twitter followers that FTX insolvency is no different from past crises in the traditional financial world. So he's saying that FTX collapsing is no different from a bank collapse that we have seen over the years. All right? That we have seen over the years, because FTX tried to run the same practice, but using crypto to do it. And it doesn't work. These blowups have not been crypto blowups. Listen at them closely now. They have been banking blowups, lending to the wrong entity, misvaluations of collateral, arrogant Arabs, followed by depositor runs. See long-term capital savings and long and subprime blowups. All different versions of the same story. This is Mark Cuban now. This ain't me. All right. Cuban says that the contrary to popular belief, crypto is not in unregulated industry. He said contrary. So he's saying crypto is not unregulated. Listen, according to the investors, officials could do more to act on existing regulations rather than coming up with more. Everyone is saying that crypto is unregulated. Not true. The SEC says that they regulated crypto. Ask Kim Kardashian and the tokens they have sued or settled with. What? Ask Kim Kardashian and the tokens they have sued or settled with. So that means if she had a lawsuit, she won, and they gave her some crypto. The question is, given the visibility of centralized exchanges, why hasn't the SEC already knocked on their doors? Cuban also reveals his thesis for why he decided to invest in the crypto space in the face of all the current uncertainty. A basic question. Why have I invested in crypto? Because I believe, listen closely, man. We're talking about this technology. This is a billionaire Jew that got 8.8 million followers, but probably ain't 1/3 of them, 1% of them went and read or seen this article. You need to get it. You need to know what's happening. You need to know what they're thinking so you can stop thinking that somebody is trying to scam you out of the little money that you have that the bank's already scamming you out of. Listen, we're trying to show you cryptocurrency comes to put in the blockchain technology, comes to put everything back in this proper perspective. You heard what who that was that said that the money should be in the control of the hand of the people, not the banks. That's what crypto does. Crypto gives us the power. That's how they've been able to do that pump and dump strategy in crypto. Why? Because if you get a community together and they go buy this coin and they hold it, and people want to buy it, that makes the price go up. Then they sell it off, and then the price drops. Pump and dump. Y'all see that? You can't do that with the dollar. You can't do that with the dollar. That ain't even possible. I'm not saying that a pump and dump strategy is right and exact. It's not illegal to do it. You feel what I'm saying? It's not a scam. It's not. Only with crypto can you even have the opportunity to unite and do something like that. I never participated in one of those. Why? Because I use cryptocurrency as a medium of exchange. I use cryptocurrency to make me more money. That's why I use it. Y'all follow me? I don't use cryptocurrency to hold and wait on the market to go up. I use cryptocurrency because I don't trust the banks. I don't like the banks. Let me make that clear. Not only do I don't trust the banks, I don't like the banks, and I don't give a damn if it is a black bank. I had 2 black banks deny me just to make an account with them. So yeah, we got to tell it all. Yeah, what it is. Because a black bank in America is not sovereign, it's not independent. It's still controlled and ruled and governed by the Federal Reserve. Period. Don't get crazy. All right. And it's still using the dollar. You ain't had a black bank come on the scene and say, we're going to produce another currency. They wouldn't be in business, or they'll get taken out quickly. However, the crypto is different. So they put out misinformation about crypto all the time to keep the masses away from it. Negative reviews, this and the third, and then especially you should be able to definitely see this with a system coming about. See, that's all it took was a system to be created from this technology, and it's going to be a viable long-term system. But you just got to make sure you pick the right system. That's on you. All right. Which one gives you the most benefit? Which one gives you more control of your money? Which one gives you most gain on your money for using a service? And which one allows you and treats you like you are part owner of the system? All right. Ooh. Listen now, a basic question: why have I invested in crypto? Because I believe smart contracts will have a significant impact in creating valuable applications. I have said from day one, the value of a token is derived from the applications that run on its platform and the utility they create. Now, damn, man, it sounds like this man, the new Millennium banker. He sounds like he farm my network. Is Mark Cuban a gold standard partner? Is he a gold standard bank? Because this is what we telling the world. A coin is valuable only based to its utility. You look at price, not what you can do with it. That's what you look at. That's what the unlearned look at. That's what the uneducated, the ones that don't have no financial literacy, that's how they look at crypto. Oh, the coin ain't but 0.2 of a penny. I don't care. What's the utility behind it? Does it have its own blockchain? What's the roadmap for the project? Who is the tech team? How much money is in the project already? How many people are in it? What's the community? And what are they doing? How are they using this coin for their benefit? But what's the long-term utility for the coin? Forget the price. So if I'm looking at price, I'm just trying to throw my money in something and hope it go up and I get rich. That phase of crypto might be gone. But even when we think like that, we thinking about doing what? Taking cash, taking dollars, get out of that, go into crypto, you're in a whole new system. But then when you cash the dollars back, you step right back into, when you cash the crypto back in the dollars, you step right back into that system. You feel me? So some of these crypto heads and these blockchain developers, they trying to come up with a system where we don't never have to go back into dollars. Y'all that's gonna hit you sometime in the morning. All right. I have said from day one that the value of a token is derived from the application that run on this platform and the utility they create. What has not been created is an application that is ubiquitous. And ubiquitous means, I just looked that up earlier. Ubiquitous means, somebody type in what does ubiquitous means. Ubiquitous means ubiquitous. Hold on, I got it on Google right now.
Ubiquitous.
Ubiquitous. Present, appearing, are found everywhere. So he said what has not been created is an application that is ubiquitous, which means present, appearing, are found everywhere. And it's also similar words to omnipotent, everywhere, all over the place. That's what he's saying he hasn't seen. It hasn't been created. So he thinks. One that is obviously needed by everyone and they are willing to go through the learning curve to use. Ooh, man, Mark, you've been dropping some science here. Maybe it never comes. I hope and think it will. The best analogy I can use is the early days of streaming. The SHIT people had to listen to a 16K stream of music was insane. An internet subscription for your dial-up modem. Download the provider client, download a TC/IP client, download the streaming client. Click on a batch file on a website. Make sure it worked all together. Make sure it all worked together. All while being laughed at for just not turning on your radio or TV. But for in office or out of market, it was worth it. It started as a niche in 1995. Now realize that smart contracts are about 5 years old, end quote, for Mark Cuban. Did he just compare that to streaming and how we be able to stream and watch stuff and get stuff out now? But smart contracts only been here for 5 years. And we bringing to you the fastest growing blockchain banking community on the planet right now, and that is Gold Standard Bank Partners. And we coming with our smart contract program soon that will be housed on our own blockchain, the G999 blockchain. Now, as we come to a conclusion here, and remember tonight, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, Business is Warfare episode, we're going to go deeper into the debt of America, into that debt clock, and see what they have put on a site for you to read, but they know you don't want to read and study. So they put it there in plain sight. So you can see that you bashing crypto, you talking about the blockchain, are you trying to downplay a crypto project without any clear research, without any real research? You just like fools go, you irrelevant, you don't know because you're still banking, you still have a bank account, you haven't shut down your bank account. See, before you started to try to point out scams and to see scams, you need to point out that one and get away from that one first. I only use it for like online transactions, nothing, but you don't keep any big money in the account. Because if you do, they are pimping you. You loaning your money to the bank interest free. So until you understand, hey, I just need to keep something here, you might as well just get a debit card. Well, I need a credit score. I need a credit card. Well, you better be knowing how to use that credit. You better not be getting that credit to go get no home and no nice car to live and ride in, and that you paying your life energy, your lifeline for. You better not be using credit for that. All right? Because then you just still really just upholding the scam when you're doing that. You're not even using that to your benefit. You using that to look good like you got money, but you really broke. All right. Credit is a patch for people that don't have the money to buy it outright. That's what credit is for. Are you going to use credit like Robert Kiyosaki teach to create money for you? Our income, passive income, our residual income, our investments for you if you're going to use it. If I'm going to pay some debt, if I'm going to pay some interest on something, why not let me use the credit, my credit score, to invest that money that'll bring me more money back? You feel me? So I can make a profit, pay that debt off, and now I got the assets still paying me. Oh, man, I want to teach this science on here tonight. Good morning, y'all. But listen, 3 certificates, promotion, round 4, ends today. We got about 7 hours for you to get 3 of our metaverse certificates that pay every week 4.15%, a fixed rate. All right, every week of the price of the certificate, and a stable coin that you can turn into cash whenever you want, or you can compound. So you have the ability, or the option, to get you 3 certificates, and you get a 4th one for free. Or the highest certificate you get. We got 8 certificates. All right. That ends tonight at 6:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So get in. And tomorrow, if you want to see our community, because see, one thing about us, we don't do no hiding. We ain't running around talking to folks on the screen. See, our chairman of the board, our CTO, see, we meet with them on a regular. All right? We meet with them at least twice a week. And let me say that again. We meet with our chairman of the board, billionaire, real billionaire, not from crypto. Real billionaire from real estate, gold mining, businesses. We meet with him at least twice a week, or twice a month, I mean. Our CTO, our chief technical officer, our developer of this ecosystem, we meet with him at least twice a month. Matter of fact, we got a direct decentralized communication with our CTO that we can communicate with him every day through our decentralized chat app, that we communicate with him every day about our tech problems and issues and stuff like that. Yeah, man. This is real. This is not cap. This is not hype. So tomorrow, we will not have crypto mornings. Why? Because we got a community event with Gold Standard Bank partners, chairman of the board, advisory, CTO, and all the rest of our partners going on at 10 a.m. So we will not be here tomorrow. We will be back Thursday. So, but you need to get the link from somebody so you can be at this event. So you can hear the updates, you can hear the vision, you can see what's going on, what's rolled out, what's happening. All right? And see why we're so excited, because our chairman of the board ain't missed one time from giving us what he told us we was going to get for being loyal. See, loyalty with him means something. We get rewarded heavily, nicely, because we're loyal. We got another $1 million incentive, well, over $1 million incentive by the end on December the 1st. So it's somebody else in Gold Standard Bank partners finna win $1 million. Y'all ain't never seen nothing like this. You ain't never heard about nothing like this, because it ain't nothing like this. Gold Standard Bank partners, man. Tap in, quit playing with yourself. Come on, get down with us. See you tonight. But I want to see you on the event tomorrow. Hit in the comment section, inbox us, DM us, and say you want to come to this event. You want to see the CTO live in person. You want to see the billionaire chairman of the board live in person, the visionary behind this system. All right? Check us out.